Well, folks, I just wanted to bring you this right now. We have some breaking news as of about 40 minutes ago about Senator Tine Smith, incumbent senator, the junior senator from Minnesota. Will now be the second Democrat up for re-election in 2026 that has announced she will not be running for re-election. I haven't even put a script together for this or a video. I have nothing together for this, so we're just gonna try and bring you as much information as we can here. Now, before we get into it, drop down below, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button. Make sure you never miss another video from us again. Now, Tine Smith, let's just take a listen to a little announcement video that she had here.
I wanted you to hear directly from me that I have decided not to run for re-election to the United States Senate in 2026. I have loved my job as United States Senator. And also, after 20 years of hard and rewarding work in the public sector, I'm ready to spend more time with my family. You know, when I first came to the Senate, I didn't have any grandchildren, and now Archie and I have 4, and our sons, Sam and Mason, and daughters-in-law, Emily and Julia, are now all living in Minneapolis so we can be together. My father is going to be turning 95 this.
Okay, let's just translate what the hell she's saying right here. Basically, she was able to be a leech on the ass of America for long enough where she has enough money where she no longer really needs to worry about it anymore. Let's just be honest about it.
Summer, and I am blessed to have a large extended family of siblings and nieces and nephews. And one of my great joys is to know that I have time to spend more time with them, doing sleepovers and helping out from time to time when the kids need me. So this decision is not political, it is entirely personal. But it's not lost on me that,
I don't think we need to listen to the rest of it, that it's going to be, well, let's listen and let's just.
Our country is in need of strong progressive leadership right now, maybe more than ever. So there are 2 things on my mind about this. The first is that I have nearly 2 full years left in my Senate term, and I plan to use every single day working as hard as I can to represent your interests in the United States Senate and make sure that your voices are heard. And also, since I don't have to worry about running a re-election campaign, I can focus entirely on this job right now. And second, we have a deep bench of political talent in Minnesota, a group of leaders that are more than ready to pick up the work. And
this is really huge news. Honestly, Minnesota, and I've said this before, is my number 4. This is how the seats currently lay in the United States Senate. These are, the GOP, the Senate, the Senatorial Committee, Re-election Committee has come out and said that they're big. Who are they going after? The GOP is going after Georgia, Michigan, New Hampshire. They kind of put aside Virginia, Minnesota, New Mexico. I think with Tine Smith not running for re-election, I think that's a big, big opening for a number 4 spot on the GOP's target list. I think it's more realistic than it would be. I'd replace at this point New Hampshire. And I've said in other videos that I like New Hampshire as number 3. But that's because they have an incumbent running. Now, I'd say Minnesota needs to be number 3. This is a winnable seat. This is 100% a winnable seat for the GOP with the right candidate. You can't nominate someone like Royce White to be the head of the GOP ticket. You need a good Minnesota Republican. They're probably going to need to be a little bit more moderate, but do we want the seat or not? We either give it to the Democrats or we have a senator who's going to vote with the GOP 60, 65, 70% of the time. Instead, you get a Democrat who's going to vote with you 2% of the time or something like that. But now she is the second sit-in senator up for re-election that is saying that she is not going to run. Now, whether she says it's for family reasons, sure, whatever. Is it for maybe some political reasons? I don't know, maybe. There's a chance that it could be. But honestly, I think at this point, Georgia is something that Georgia is going to be a contested battle. But I think that that's a winnable seat. These are the 2 seats right here that the GOP needs to pour a lot of money into. Minnesota, let's just look at the 2024 election. The 2024 presidential election, Donald Trump, Kamala Harris only won the state by what? 4 points here? It's like about 30,000 votes, and that's against Donald Trump, mind you. And Minnesota really was not a target for the GOP in this election. Just was not a big target for them. So if this could be this is an off-cycle election, if you could get a little bit more moderate Republican candidate to run there, this is a seat that could absolutely be flipped in favor of the GOP. We cannot let the stronghold of Minnesota Democrats continue. They hold basically every statewide office right now. Governor, senators, attorney general, secretary of state. I think everything. And like we said, this is the second one now. Now let's look at Tine Smith when she was, I think was she in 2020? I believe. She lost to Jason Lewis by about 5 points. Now, granted, this was an election that swayed towards Biden a lot. This could be a lot closer election. Now, this has happened 2 times now where we've had a legal marijuana now candidate that has died while they were in the process of running. So, he pulled away 200,000 votes here. I think this could be with a better candidate in Minnesota. I think this is something that we could see be a very closely contested race. We're going to see what happens. We're going to see what the GOP Senatorial Committee comes out, if they have any comments, if they feel like they're going to change what they want to do because of this. We're going to see, but obviously we've got a lot of big news here that the GOP could potentially have another target in Minnesota with Senator Tine Smith not running for re-election. So if you like this video, drop down below, hit that like, subscribe, and share button, and as always, until next time.